Hey guys, Mr. Cellophane here with the surefire way to inject a huge amount of cash into your lower league Brazilian club in FM26. You can never go wrong with this. All you need to do is have been the parent club of Gabriel Martinelli and then sell his 20% sell-on clause for a negotiated fee of $11.5 million. That is the easiest way in FM26 that you can get a ton of money into your lower league club. And we are going to need it because Jose Aldo has rejected the contract from Universidad Católica in Chile, so he remains with the team. He is still wanted by them. Hopefully, maybe we can try to sell him again, and perhaps he will be willing to accept whatever deal they put in front of him at that point. By the way, welcome back, my friends, to another episode of our Youth Academy Challenge. I am Mr. Cellophane. Thank you so very much for all the support you've given the channel and the series so far. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Please, 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 please help us grow. There we go. I would go on my knees, but there's not enough room for me to push back the chair to do so. We're ready to kick off our campaign in the Sao Paulo State Championship. Looking at the season preview, we are in 13th, which isn't a shock, but it puts us dangerously close to the relegation zone. We are only tasked this year with avoiding a relegation battle. Hopefully we will be able to do that. We are starting off against Capivariano, who right now are figured to be in 16th place. Now we do have a little bit of movement on the Jose Aldo front. He rejected the initial contract from the Chilean club. There are two new offers in hand, Central Cordoba and Everton, not that one, both for 850 grand, which is what we were going to sell him for before. He came to us after the deal fell through and he was like, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. I want a new challenge. I'm like, great, we'll sell you. So hopefully he will sign a new deal somewhere. Now, as far as match sharpness is concerned, our team is not in the greatest of shape. We were only able to arrange a single friendly match, and unfortunately there was a casualty in that one. Gabriel Rosera is not available for this season opener, so we have Rodrigo Haruki to take his place with Lucas Stefanello on the bench, just in case the 19-year-old is not doing a very good job in that false nine. So here we are. We have a new goalkeeper, and that is Saula. We have a new left back, and that is Juan Richard. Mateus and Carlau are going to be our center halves. They were our stalwarts last year. We expect the same this year. Lucas Diaz is going to get the start at right back. He was out on loan, as we talked about in the last episode last year. He is back, and we're excited to get him back in there. Daniel will be paired with Jose Aldo in the midfield. While he is still on the team, we are going to play him, but we are expecting to get Lipe in there quite a bit. Also, Victor Reis is probably going to be our starter once Jose Aldo leaves, as we continue to develop our young players. Now, most of our best players that we got in our youth intake, we have loaned out on development loans for the year. Dudu is going to be making his debut as our left wing. Nicolas is going to get the start on the right-hand side. And I'm not saying he's got a short leash, but Vinny Oliveira is waiting in the wings and on the bench to take over. We already talked about Rodrigo Haruki. He will be paired up front with Jay Carlos as we get ready to suit up and boot up for our very first match. Back for Nicolas, makes a move past his man, crosses it over, and it's going to go off of the foot of Leonon for an own goal. Now, to be fair, we did not have a player in position to be on the other side of that one. I guess the closest would have been Jay Carlos, but honestly, not the greatest cross, and I don't know what was happening there, but I will take the goal. Getting things started right off of the kickoff. Hopefully, the opposition isn't able to take advantage of us. God, why do I say anything? Wesley Piontek over the top, able to get past our defense, beating Mancini to equalize this match very quickly at 1. Route 1 football is alive and well in the lower leagues in Brazil. Mateus Mancini, son, you have to do better. I call him son. Technically, I am old enough to be his father. That is one of those weird things. That's how math works, my friends. Math and time. 3 shots on goal apiece. Again, possession going all our way. Haruki with the ball, playing it out. Juan Richard, his first time on the ball on camera. Haruki gets it back from Jose Aldo. Moves it up that left wing towards the edge of the box. Has it taken away. Thiago Moraes dispossessing him, throwing it over the top. I think he's offside. I'm waiting for the flag to go up. Neto is in. Neto shoots, and it is denied by Saulo. The flag stayed down, so it will lead to a corner kick, which blissfully they don't do anything with. 2 goals in the early going here for Capivariano. Luckily, one got credited to us, but they're in control once again in the middle third. Ball played along the near side. Mateus Guilherme has it. Plays it inside before it's moved forward. Carlos Eduardo. Lucas Diaz knocks it away, but Eduardo able to get it back. Carlos Eduardo taking it in deep. Neto on the doorstep. Mancini able to get that clear, but Capivariano once again in control. Mateus Guilherme swept away by Lucas Diaz. Once again, he will get to the ball, take it to the byline, and Mancini picking up a yellow card. Lots of activity in our end. We are still enjoying nearly 2/3 of the possession, but right now, we do not look like the better team as we watch these highlights. Mateus Guilherme, once again, gets past his man, leaves Nicolas in the dust, plays it over into the box. Carlos Eduardo back outside. Tedo Moraes dropping it to Otavio. Moraes gets it back, feeds Carlos Eduardo. That is off of the post, but the flag is up, and that will be called back for offside. Can we get something done as 3 minutes are added on in extra time? Now Otavio in control. Julio Amorim trying to work it past Dudu, who stays with him pretty well. Dudu having a decent game. Nicolas not so much. Ball played around the side. Carlos Eduardo taking it deep. Gets it free to Neto. Eduardo able to put the shot past Saulo. And even though we are dominating on the ball, Capivariano takes a 2-1 lead in added time in this first half. Neto along the byline, able to get it clear to Carlos Eduardo. Saulo, maybe we made a very, very, very bad decision when it came to our goalkeeper this year, because we trail our first match against the team that is favored for relegation by a score of 2-1. Vinny Oliveira may be nervous, but he is coming on in place of Nicolas as we make a change at the half, and Capivariano starts off where they left off, in possession with the ball. And in fact, the possession numbers are starting to tilt more and more toward the opposition, so we may need to get a little bit more positive and worry less about hanging on to the ball. We are getting into some yellow card trouble. Lucas Diaz, Mancini, Juan Richard now, and Jose Aldo each picking up a booking in this match. Things just not going nearly as well for us as I would have expected. Good to see Oliveira on the ball, although he's a little more deep than I'd like. Lucas Diaz, I don't know why Oliveira is so deep, gets it to Jay Carlos. Carlos putting it over the top, looking for Haruki. It's over his head. Amorim clears it, but only as far as Dudu. Cuts it inside. Dudu into the box. Dudu shoots, and he cannot drag it inside that far post. It will be out for a corner. It looks like either the defender or the goalie got a tiny piece of that. And a great opportunity for Dudu, showing us something in this opening match when most of his teammates don't seem to be doing the same. As Capivariano once again in possession, looking to move it forward, putting it over the top for Wesley Petrzak, and he hits the post this time. He already has a goal in this match, looking for the brace. Ball sent forward, can't get it past Leonon, and once again Capivariano in control of this match. 65 minutes have been played, and I think we are going to need to make a change or two. Victor Reese is going to come in for Jose Aldo, who is in yellow card trouble. Juan Richard, I feel weird about taking him off. JP is going to replace Lucas Diaz. Let's see what we get out of him. And those will be the 2 changes that we make right now. We're going to keep more substitutions in reserve. We still have 2 more stoppages and 2 more subs that we could take advantage of. JP throwing it in. Can we find the equalizer? Vinny Oliveira into the box. Back outside from J. Carlos. Drop to JP. He's got Vinny Oliveira. His shot is on, but the rebound comes right to J. Carlos, his first of the year. And Ituano has equalized at 68 minutes into this match. And I am loving what I am seeing from Vinny Oliveira so far. JP gets him the ball right along the edge of the box, takes it in. Bit of a tough shot, a tough angle there, but the rebound off of Nogueira came right to J. Carlos, who was able to find the back of the net. And if we can keep making plays like that, if we can keep being that aggressive as we get the ball toward the box, I think we're going to see a tremendous amount of success this season. Sadly, we are not seeing a ton of success, though, right now, as the possession numbers keep ticking closer and closer toward Capivariano's way, but we are in control right now. Daniel holding things up in the midfield. Vitor Ruiz out to the far sideline. JP with some space ahead. Oliveira gets it to J. Carlos. He's got some green in front of him. He cuts through the defense. He's in. He shoots, and he hits it off of the post. The rebound cleared away by Capivariano, and they're going to look to go the other way. Wesley Piontek. I got his name wrong before, but you know what? It's going to happen when we take on a team that we are not used to seeing. 10 minutes remaining in this match, and we are going to go with additional alterations to our club. Rodrigo Haruki, decent game, but we're going to get some minutes into the legs of Lucas Stefanello. And who do we have who can play left back? We have... Absolutely. Oh, we got Leo Isidoro. He's going to come in for Juan Richard. Those are our final two changes. If we get an injured player, I think we're in trouble, because I'm not sure if they have patched the fact that you cannot take off an injured player if you don't have any more substitutions. But we shall see. We are in control. 60% possession in the match. We have kind of caught up on shots. They're still leading us 19-14. At the half, it was like 13-5. So things definitely tipped our way, especially after the J. Carlos goal in the 69th minute. But we are not going to get anything more. So much like last year, we're going to start off play in the Sao Paulo State Championship with a draw. There has been a slight unfortunate development in the Dudu contract saga, because he has been offered a deal for the end of his contract in June from both Santa Clara and America Mineiro. So we have had to go in and offer him quite a bit of money. $825 for a 2-year contract. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that he signs it and he stays with us, because I like what I've seen from the kid so far. Yes, small sample size, but I think he could be our future at left wing for now. The board have rejected our request to improve our youth facilities, which is highly disappointing. We'll come back to them later, thinking our $11.5 million infusion would get us everything we wanted. However, they have agreed to improve our training facilities, which is never going to hurt, and also improve our youth recruitment, because I was able to go into the board and put together a very comprehensive argument, which sadly I wasn't able to do for our youth facilities, but I will know for next time. Gabriel Rosera is still completing his rehab, so he is not going to be available for this match against Ponte Preta. However, we are making one change, and that is bringing in Vinny Oliveira as our right wing. Everything else is going to remain the same from the last match. All in all, I feel like we played rather well. We created good opportunities up front. We just weren't as clinical as I wish we could have been. Now, having Gabriel Rosera in the side, I think, is going to help with that. Our draw in the last match does put us in 8th place, firmly mid-table in the Sao Paulo State Championship. Ponte Preta, they lost their last match. Let's hope that we can make it 2 in a row for them. They are in the black and white. We are in the red and black, which, if you ask me, is a pretty sharp look for us as the ball is sent over the side. Early going, it is Ponte Preta that is dominating in possession, but not a lot of data so far as the ball is bandied about between the middle third, or between our 2/3, however you want to describe that. I'm new at this, forgive me. I've only been following the sport for a couple of years. Mancini, though, in control, is the first true highlight of the match. looks to be going our way. Daniel holds the ball up before playing it to the right side. Oliveira gets it free to Jay Carlos. Now he is cut off, but gets past his man. Jay Carlos dribbles it into the box. He's got a man in the middle. He's got two men in the middle. He puts it in, and he finds Rodrigo Haruki for the 1-0 lead 11 minutes in. Jay Carlos and Gabriel Rosera matched up, paired up like that so many times last year. I am glad that Jay Carlos was able to find Haruki. Now, it looked like it went past Dudu, so Dudu was an option. I like the fact that he was getting in there into a dangerous scoring position, and even though we only have one shot on goal and one shot on target, we made it count. It hit the back of the net, and it is a 1-0 Ituano lead, and we are looking for more. Juan Richard, he's got space up that left wing. He's carrying it up the sideline toward the corner, stops at the byline. Double team, though, and able to get dispossessed by Serginho, but the ball is cleared only as far as Mancini, so we'll look to recycle. Dudu with it, cuts through. He's got a shot. He's got an opportunity, and Pedro Rocha has a save. Dudu's got to be a little bit more clinical, and he is a little bit tired. Again, our team not really at full match fitness coming into this one, and Dudu seeing a lot of playing time over the last couple of days. Ponte Prete trying to get back even in this match. Artur dribbling it, tries to get around his man, does finally get past Lucas Diaz, but he cannot solve the post or Saulo. It's going to go out for a Ponte Prete corner. I'm impressed so far with Lucas Diaz. Now, he's not making all of the defensive plays, but he is getting stuck in. He is staying with his man, and that's not necessarily something that we saw Tassio do a ton last year. Dangerous free kick from Daniel. Can he get it around the five-man wall? There's a ton of guys in the box, and it sneaks through. Daniel off of the free kick. It looked like it went through the wall, through the defenders, took a ricochet or two as he made it on net. It did. It went off of the wall. It went off of the goalkeeper, but it still counts the same. And 30 minutes in, Ituano have extended our lead to 2-0. Daniel clinical from the free kick, and now another opportunity just about a yard or so back, still inside that D. This one he lays off. Juan Richard, Daniel, a shot off of Jay. Carlos finds Carlau off of that far post, and Carlau makes it 3. I do not remember us being nearly so clinical last year from set pieces, but this year 2 goals as a direct result from Daniel and Carlau 3 minutes apart. Rodrigo Haruki has scored. It is 3-0 as we head into the start of the second half, and I am very, very, very happy with this team. Now, Ponte Prete is a team that we, if my memory serves, were able to play pretty well against last year. They are a Serie C team, just as we are. So this is very even competition, but we are going to pretty much ensure, unless things absolutely fall apart, knock on Formica, that they do not. We're pretty much going to ensure that they remain on the bottom of the table with 0 points. And this 3 points that we are looking to get, ball played up the near side. Richard steps into it, takes it deep, circles back into the box, gets it from Dudu, back to Dudu. He doesn't have any options on goal, so he'll lay it back to Mancini. Recycling it. Richard gets around his man. Richard into the box, cuts in, shoots, and throws it across the goal mouth. It's wide, and it will be a Ponte Prete goal kick. In fact, can we look at the live table right now and see where we are? No, we really cannot. I guess it's just showing the live table in one of the groups. Now, we are in a group with Palmeiras, which means we are not going to have to face them this year, but we are going to have to take on last year's champion in Sao Paulo. Nicolas can't get back there for Ponte Prete, cleared away by Jose Alda into the path of Rodrigo Haruki, and he's got space in front of him as he cuts it to his right in the box, puts it on, and there was nothing that Pedro Rocha could do about that. Rodrigo Haruki with his second of the night. He's got his brace, and it's 4-0 Ituano. And Ponte Prete, I just don't know what's happening with him. I did not think that Rodrigo Haruki was this talented, but he did a great job moving it over to his right foot, and he gave himself a clear shot on that far side of the net. So we are going to make some changes, and it looks like we need to. Vinny Oliveira has picked up a knock. He is going to come out, and who do we want to put in there? Nicolas is going to go there. Gui Miranda is more of a striker. He is going to take the place of J. Carlos, and we are also going to bring out Jose Alda, and let's see what Vitor Reis has for us this year. We will make a triple change with about 20 minutes left to go, and I'm even going to drop things back to a little bit more cautious, just in case. I mean, I am not concerned over our 4-0 lead at this point, because I think there's just not enough time for Ponte Prete to get anything. I would like to keep, however, the clean sheet for Saulo. I think he has earned it. He has faced 10 shots, only 2 of them on target, but so far so good. Daniel picks it off in the midfield. Nicholas with a great touch around the defender. He's got space on the right side. Nicholas takes it deep, holds things up before laying it back. Lucas Diaz turns towards Daniel, able to get it to him. Victor Reis in for Nicholas. Nicholas finds Haruki, and a quick shot. Gui Miranda, he is unable to put it past the post, but the flag was up anyway. It would not have counted, but some decent movement in and around the box for Ituano, and I am loving how this team is looking right now so far this year. Now, possession numbers in this match are heavily shifted toward Ponte Prete. It's just, I guess, the way they play versus the way we do, but we are able to come away with a very impressive 4-0 victory. So points in our first 2 matches in the Sao Paulo State Championship. Now, it is going to get much, much tougher moving on, but on 4 points with our goal difference, we find ourselves second in the table, and I am very happy about that. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a big thumbs up on the video. Also, let me know in the comments where you think we're going to end up in the Sao Paulo State Championship, and I'll even take your predictions for the Série C season. We'll take those over the next couple of episodes. We'll be back with more action in the Sao Paulo State Championship next time. I hope to see you then. Until next time, my friends, bye-bye.